Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are in good health by the grace of Allah Almighty. We are in week 5 of e-learning class and we are going to start lesson 5 of our English literature class.
In this week, we will continue Unit 1 on the poem, The Newcomer, a topical and environmentally friendly poem by a popular modern poet Brian Patton. Objectives of today's lesson are: by the end of today's lesson you will be able to learn to develop vocabulary, paraphrasing of the stanzas 3, 4, 5 of the poem. So, let's get started. First of all, let's quickly recall previous week's lesson. In previous lesson, as you grasped different parts of a poem, do you remember? What are important parts of a poem? What is paraphrasing? And how to do it? And also we did paraphrasing of first and second stanza of the poem. Hopefully you have comprehended first 2 stanzas of the poem very well. Dear students, as we go on reading the lines of the poem, you supposed to underline all difficult words and note down important points for your understanding. Let's start with stanza 3. It reads as: "There's something new in the warren," said the rabbit to the doe. "It's got no fur, no eyes and no paws, yet digs deeper than we dare go."
Now, listen explanation of this stanza with full concentration. Let's go back to line 1, and "There's something new in the warren," said the rabbit to the doe. This means that the unwelcome newcomer is noticed by the rabbit, and it conveys the news to doe. Line 3 and 4, "It's got no fur, no eyes and no paws, yet digs deeper than we dare go." In these lines we get to know that the new creature is something that is devoid of fur, eyes and paws, which are the main capacities of rabbits. Even in spite of not having all these abilities, it digs deeper in the burrows than the animals dare go. All this suggests that the stranger has abilities beyond those of the other animals.
Now, I read the lines of stanza 4. "There's something new in the whiteness," said the snow, bright polar bear. "I saw its shadow on a glacier, but it left no paw marks there." Listen the explanation of the lines read. Traveling through the animal kingdom, the news of the coming of a new stranger reaches the snow-white polar bear on the snow-capped mountains. It warns the other animals about the same. It saw the shadow of the newcomer in the whiteness on a glacier, but it left no footprints there in the snow. Now we have come to the last stanza of the poem. I am going to read stanza number 5. Through the animal kingdom, the news was spreading fast. No beak, no claws, no feather, no scales, no fur, no gills. It lives in the trees and the water, in the soil and the snow and the hills. And it kills and it kills and it kills. Explanation of the last stanza is: the news of the arrival of that newcomer spreads throughout the whole animal kingdom, like a wildfire. The animals, dreadfully, warn each other of that stranger, that has abilities beyond those of the other animals. It is devoid of beaks, claws, feathers, scales, fur and gills. This stranger is very strange, in that it appears differently and acts differently. In spite of not having animal-like characteristics, this creature is able to get all over the places, almost unnoticed, with unpredictable and evil intentions. It is found everywhere, in the trees and the water, in the soil and the snow and the hills. This ferocious creature only kills, kills and kills. Dear learner, have you noticed that the word "no" is repeated throughout the poem? The repetition of the word "no" helps to paint a dark or negative picture. It brings out or reiterates the great difference between the unwelcomed visitor and the other animals living in the wild. Dear students, finally, we are done with the explanation of the stanzas of the poem. I am sure you have comprehended all the lines of the poem. Now, you can write stanza 3, 4, and 5 in simple words of your own. I mean, you will write paraphrasing of the mentioned stanzas in your notebook. If you are unclear about any word, line or concept of the poem, you can discuss with me during our live session of Google Classroom. Here are the main points of the lectures number 4 and 5. You can read them to clear your understanding of the poem, and you can also include relevant points to answer the exercise questions based on the poem. Please note down your homework. By now, I am closing off our today's lecture. Catch you again next week with another interesting lecture. Till then, take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Allah Hafiz. By now, I am closing off our today's lecture. Catch you again next week with another interesting lecture. Till then, take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Allah Hafiz.